Alrighty, Tuesday, August 20th. A much needed breather session today, following what was 8 or 9 consecutive sessions higher. Let's take a look at that daily chart. So we have the big reversal off of that weekly area of support, right? Big weekly time frame hammer candle here a couple weeks ago on ES. You see the follow through last week. Coming into yesterday, we want to see if price can force the daily time frame change of character up through 5,600. Buyers are successful in doing that. And then this morning we talked about wanting to see whether or not that 5,600 would continue to hold. Now, it did not give a true test. Session low marked around 5607, I think it was. Yeah, right around 5607. But overall, buyers successful in defending that 5600 level. That's going to be the primary watch as we continue through this week. Wanting to see if buyers can defend that prior resistance point as an area of support now. Finally got that resting bar. Much needed. This will give a kind of a good reset, right? We'll be able to hopefully have some near-term structure start to build out, because that is always very helpful for a trader. And what I'm going to be looking at for tomorrow, essentially, it's kind of this near-term structure starting back from Thursday. Got that trend move higher Friday, some consolidation Monday morning, still within that kind of near-term structure right through here, right? And then the big push yesterday, that late day push. Now, price not giving a true test. I would have preferred to see a true test down into that 5,600 today. Buyers still incredibly responsive for any type of pullback that we see. And so to keep it easy for tomorrow, what I'll primarily be looking at is how price responds either to today's low or down into this 5,600 area. Right through there. Buyers, like I said, are going to be most interested in defending this 5,600 as an area of support. If that area fails, we're right back into this prior kind of 1.5 session range. Back into that zone. So 5,600 remains the key level. Ideal situation, ideal scenario that I'd like to see is kind of a near-term range start to build out right through here. May or may not happen, but that would be kind of the ideal setup for me perfectly. I like to trade those near-term ranges. This has largely just been a trending market over the past couple of weeks. And the theme has been trend day, resting bar, trend day, resting bar, trend day, resting bar, ever since essentially Thursday, August 8th. All right, if you take a look, that's kind of what we were talking about this morning too. Trend day, 2 resting bars, trend day, resting bar, trend day, resting bar, trend day, today, resting bar. So if that theme were to continue, tomorrow would be a trend day. Preference is for that near-term range, right? But not much else to really discuss with ES here. You have a much tighter session, 36-point range for today. That is 41% of the current ATR, which is 87 points. Now we're seeing that ATR, like I mentioned yesterday in the session recap, we're seeing that ATR really compress. So it is getting smaller. It'll likely, especially if we say in this kind of 14 VIX environment, it'll likely get back down into the 40, 50, 60 area. So I'll watch for that to continue to compress, right? We're seeing the structures really tighten up as well as far as intraday structures, which is a good thing. Gives you tighter risk control, right? So primary watch for tomorrow is the reaction versus that 5,600. We do have FOMC minutes tomorrow. So we'll see how that looks for markets. Typically, that is not a major market moving event. It is definitely something to keep an eye on, but it's not like a normal FOMC. It's just a recap, notes from the prior session, notes from the prior FOMC session. So 5,600 primary watch here on ES. Today's range will also be on watch. Buyers remain in control of this market. That is for sure. Let's jump over to NQ. So pretty similar, right? Another neutral day. Similar type of theme here in NQ. You got the trend day, 2 resting bars, trend day, rest, trend day, rest. Yesterday, trend day, change of character, resting bar today. A little bit of a different scenario here in NQ because price is bumping into a lot of volume up here into that 20K area. So it did not quite get all the way into that 20K. Session high was marked right around 925, 930 if you include that overnight action. You get a retest during the regular trading hour sesh, and then price just settles into a nice neutral day, right? 10 a.m. reversal time marks the high. You get a bounce once that significant low is in. Get the push into VWAP here, higher low, right? It's a range day at that point. Now, as far as tomorrow's approach, want to see how price trades versus today's range. Buyers are going to be most interested in continuing to defend this 720 area. It's kind of the main thing I'm going to be looking at, whether or not this change in character point can continue to hold. And you can see the significance of that level just by looking left on the chart. Prior support, right? Prior support. Price retests that area, then holds as resistance. So now what buyers want to see is that 720 area continue to hold. So that's the focus for tomorrow. What was the ATR today? 188. 188. So just like ES, 40% of that normal ATR. I suspect NQ will continue to compress as far as the ATR is concerned. You probably see that settle back down into that 200, 250 area. But volume pretty good today in NQ, 91% daily average volume. So better there. ES only 70%. To keep it simple for tomorrow, see how price trades versus today's range with a specific emphasis on essentially what could be considered today's low, because that is that change of character point from August 1st. So if that area fails, may start to see some retracement of the past 8-9 sessions. Alrighty, pretty straightforward. If you guys have questions, feel free to shoot me a DM. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good evening.